Life is supposed to be lived forward, but it always makes sense backwards. So, a couple of days ago, while I was going through my old notes, I found this particular quote. And if I remember correctly, it was from one of the podcasts from Chris Williamson and Matthew McConaughey. And at that time, I really thought of the idea about it. What does it really mean and everything? And 6 months later, when I read the note again, I think I found the meaning of it. And while going through my self-improvement journey, and I'm still working on my self-improvement, I've been watching a lot of videos, and one of the videos that stood out to me was focus on your 10-year long plan. What does that really mean? It means do not worry about the present. Keep working, keep grinding, and there will come a day, a couple of years later, a couple of days later, a couple of months later, when you'll see the progress, and then you'll realize the importance of it. Because right now, you, me, anybody who is on this journey is just getting started. We are nowhere to our peak destination and where we have to reach. So rather than stressing out on it, rather than getting afraid of it, rather than overthinking about the future, just be calm, have a plan set, have a long-term plan. You can have your weekly task list, daily task list, monthly task list, yearly task list. But the results that you're going to get in a couple of years, suppose it's for gym, you might start with bulking. A year later, you might start cutting. You might reach 10 to 12% body fat. And then you'll start bulking again. And you'll do it a couple of times until you reach your peak physique or something that you really desire. It's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen within 6 months. So you need to stay on the game, and you need to focus on your long-term plan. And when I was reading through the quote, this thing really hit me hard. And the writer who was writing this quote was not talking about the person you're going to be, but he was talking to the person he has become. And he wants to be, so that when he's working right now, or if he has reached the destination, he can look back the 10-year long plan or the 1-year long plan or whatever long the plan is, and he can see all of his steps, and then the results all make sense when he is that person and he sees the results backwards. So he was not talking about the idea of working and being the man, but after you become the man, how it feels and how it sort of happens. And that's the real idea of how it is and how your life is supposed to be lived. So I see a lot of young men and a lot of people like me who are working on a short-term plan. It could be a year-long plan. It could be like a 3 months plan. And they go to the gym. They eat good. They approach that young lady. They do certain good stuff. And when they don't see the results, they get easily demotivated, stressed, unhappy, and they fuck up their life again and again, and they go back to the same old habit, the same old roots that he had or she had or they had in the life. Now, when you all come to think about it, it will take time. So just have patience in you. Don't overthink. Do not get depressed. Do not get undermotivated. Do not stop your improvement right on the way. But just wait. Because the man who is composed, calm, and who works hard for the long run, he or she will succeed for sure. Just give me one example where people have not succeeded, right? Everybody who were calm, who were composed, who took their time, who started learning, eventually reach that destination. So rather than you guys focusing on your short-term plans, make a plan that's going to last you forever. Make a plan that's going to sustain for a while. Do not make fast decisions. Do not make instant plans. Make sure the plan that you have for your future and your future self, it's a long run plan. Not a plan for today, not a plan for tomorrow, not a plan for the next month. That's the whole idea of it, right? When you come down and think about it, Apple was not created in a day. Microsoft was not created in a day. Nvidia was not created in a day. Any big company that you name of, it was not created in a day. It was started from a basement. It was started from a scratch. They had their patience. They had their motivation. They had their calmness. They had their time. And eventually they grew up and they became who they are right now, the big titans and the big giants. So don't forget about the idea. And guys, please do not focus on your short-term task or short-term things that you have in life. Make sure you plan, and anything that you have is made for the long run. And if you don't have anything in the moment, do not get afraid, because eventually you'll find out. You might be a little bit older, 30, 35, and you might be panicking about life, but hey, you still have got time. So try to figure your things out. Try to figure what you want to do. Try to figure where you want to go. Take your time. Learn through the process. Enjoy the process. Because eventually when you are that man, you're going to look backwards and your life is going to make sense. It's not going to make sense at the moment, because right now you might be juggling with 5 jobs, trying to save money, trying to do something, trying to make something of your own. You might be having sleepless nights. You might be having nights where you haven't ate anything. You might be having nights where you have been working 24 hours straight. That happens to everybody. So make sure you're calm, make sure you're composed, and make sure you're taking your time. And that's it. That's the lesson for you guys today. So have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. Make sure you're sticking on your plan long enough and you're getting to your destination.